ChatGPT? ChatGPT is the entry point into OpenAI's assistant, and the free version now runs on the GPT 5.6 family that OpenAI rolled out in July 2026. This generation splits into 3 tiers named Sol, Terra, and Luna, where Sol is the flagship, Terra handles balanced everyday work, and Luna is the fastest and cheapest option. People using it without paying typically get access to the lighter end of that lineup rather than the top tier model, which is reserved for paid plans. It comes from OpenAI, a company based in San Francisco that has been building the GPT line since 2018, steadily growing it from a research project into one of the most widely used AI tools in the world. What makes it different is its broad reach, since it connects to web search, image generation, and coding tools inside one chat window, letting a single app cover many different needs at once. It matters in real life because millions of people use it daily for writing help, quick research, homework support, and everyday problem solving, all without paying anything out of pocket. Claude. Claude is Anthropic's assistant, and its free tier gives people a capable starting point without any cost. The free version defaults to a smaller Sonnet class model rather than the top tier Opus or Fable models that paying users can reach, so it trades some raw power for accessibility. It comes from Anthropic, a company known for focusing on safety and careful reasoning while building its models, which shapes the way Claude tends to respond with more caution and structure. What makes it different is its strength with long documents, nuanced writing, and structured analysis, since it tends to keep track of context well across a long conversation instead of losing the thread. It matters in real life because students, writers, and professionals use it for editing, summarizing, and working through complex documents, often preferring it specifically for tasks that involve a lot of reading and careful wording. Gemini. Gemini is Google's chatbot experience, available for free through a standalone app as well as built directly into Google's other products like Search and Workspace. It often runs on Gemini 2.5 Flash through Google's AI Studio, and this free tier is considered one of the more generous ones offered among the major AI providers. It comes from Google, which has folded years of search and data expertise into the model, giving it a strong grounding in real-world facts and information. What makes it different is how tightly it connects to the rest of the Google ecosystem, pulling in Gmail, Docs, and search results directly into its answers instead of working in isolation. It matters in real life because anyone already living inside Google's apps can get AI help without switching tools, downloading anything new, or paying extra on top of what they already use. Meta AI. Meta AI is the assistant built on Meta's Llama models, offered for free and embedded across Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Meta's Llama 4 Scout is considered one of the strongest open-weight models available, known for its very large context window and its ability to be self-hosted by developers. It comes from Meta, the company behind those major social platforms, which is pushed heavily into making AI a normal part of everyday social media use. What makes it different is that the underlying model is open-weight, meaning developers can download and run their own versions of it instead of only relying on Meta's hosted app. It matters in real life because it reaches people who are already scrolling social media, turning everyday apps into places where they can also ask questions, generate images, or get quick answers without leaving the platform. DeepSeek. DeepSeek is an AI model that gained attention for offering strong performance at a very low cost, with a chatbot app that anyone can use for free. It offers a generous allotment of free tokens for people testing it out through its API, on top of its fully free hosted chat app. It comes from a Chinese AI lab that built its reputation on the efficient training methods, managing to compete with far more expensive models despite spending less to build it. What makes it different is that it is open weight and can be run on a person's own servers, which appeals to developers who want more control over their data and don't want to rely on a hosted service. It matters in real life because it gives budget-conscious users and small developers a genuinely capable alternative to pricier Western models without a steep learning curve. Mistral Le Chat. Mistral Le Chat is the free assistant from the French AI company Mistral, offered as a lighter alternative to the bigger names in the industry. It comes from a lab that has positioned itself as Europe's answer to the larger American and Chinese AI labs, building models that can compete while staying rooted in European infrastructure. What makes it different is its lighter, faster design, which makes it a popular choice for quick tasks rather than heavy long-form work that might suit other assistants better. It matters in real life because it gives users based in Europe or anyone concerned about where their data is processed an alternative that isn't tied to a US or Chinese company, which can matter for privacy and regulation reasons. Perplexity. Perplexity is a free AI tool built specifically around search rather than open-ended conversation, aiming to answer questions the way a research assistant would. It pairs multiple underlying models with live web search, so its answers usually come back with direct links to the sources they were pulled from. It comes from Perplexity AI, a company that built its entire product around answering questions with citations instead of just generating plain text responses. What makes it different is that it acts more like a research assistant than a general chatbot, showing exactly where each fact came from so users can double check it themselves. It matters in real life because it helps people fact check claims and find reliable sources quickly, without having to dig through a full page of search results on their own. Grok. Grok is the chatbot built by xAI, Elon Musk's AI company, and it offers a free tier alongside its paid options. Grok is known for having native real-time access to X, formerly known as Twitter, which lets it pull in current posts and trending discussions as part of its answers. It comes from xAI, which built Grok directly into the X platform so the two work closely together. What makes it different is that live social media context, which most other assistants don't have, built in the same direct way, giving it a sense of what's happening right now, rather than just general knowledge. It matters in real life for people who want an AI that can comment on current events and online conversations as they unfold, not just answer from a fixed knowledge base. Qwen Chat. Qwen Chat is a free assistant from Alibaba's Qwen model family, aimed at giving people access to a highly capable model without a subscription. It has become known as a strong option for solving competition-style math and logic problems, performing well at a much lower cost than premium Western models. It comes from Alibaba, one of China's largest technology companies, which has invested heavily in building out its own AI model lineup. What makes it different is its particular strength in structured problem solving, especially for technical and academic-style questions that require careful step-by-step reasoning. It matters in real life because it gives students and developers a free way to work through difficult problems without paying for a premium subscription elsewhere. Microsoft Copilot. Microsoft Copilot is Microsoft's free AI assistant built directly into Windows, Edge, and Microsoft's productivity apps like Word and Excel. It draws on OpenAI's models under a long-standing partnership between the two companies, blended with Microsoft's own tools, data, and interface design. What makes it different is how deeply it's woven into everyday computer use, appearing directly inside documents and spreadsheets and even the Windows taskbar, rather than requiring a separate app or browser tab. It matters in real life because it puts AI help directly where people are already working, letting them get assistance without needing to open a new website, sign up separately, or download anything extra.